Hello everyone and welcome to another random game of the day. I'm Andrew and today we're playing Asakura P Assault Crisis Prologue for the computer. And this before I start I should say this is the first time I'm actually ever doing post commentary because I recorded this before. And yeah, I also recorded this with my camera pointing at my TV because I really wanted to make a random game of the day about this game. But all the screen recorders I used, either the audio didn't work with it or they lagged and I couldn't play the game. But anyway, yes, this is Asakura P, and this is a very, very weird game. As you read, that sign said, trust nothing, doubt everything. This room is all about things that are deceiving. I mean, the floors kill you, spikes don't kill you. Before I started recording this, I had actually been playing it for about a few minutes, so I didn't get too far in the room. But anyway, I really thought, after playing it for a few minutes, I said, I want to record this stream, because I've been wanting to record this game for a long time. But like I said, I just had all the issues with screen recorders and things like that, so I said, forget it. I'm just recording the screen. This is probably going to be like my worst quality video ever, so you don't have to watch it. I mean, if you don't like the quality. It's also 50 minutes long. And I mean, 50 minutes spent in this one room. So there's a lot of time where nothing really happens, so feel free that if you do watch this video to just skip like 10-minute chunks here and there if it doesn't look like anything's happening. But anyway, Asakura P, a Japanese game that you can buy for computer, and it is just an absolutely incredible game. Like you saw, I paused a while back there because, I mean, when you're doing it before and you plan on adding in commentary later, you really don't know what you're going to say. So, I mean, I would have liked to have spent more time like on the pause screen so I could have explained it, but there's 100 floors to go to. Doors all over the place leading to completely random floors. What game does this sound like? It's just like Atlantis No Nazo, and I love it. And I jump on that spike at the beginning a lot. Just after playing this level, after playing this floor for a while, your brain just starts to melt. The dash. As you see, I keep dashing into those spikes. Those are going to be a very big pain for us throughout this video. The dash is very hard to control. Once you press the dash button, you're going a set distance, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Yeah, what's it called? The dash, it allows you to kind of like hover over spikes. So that's why you have to use the dash here, but you pretty much just have to start the dash at the exact perfect spot, or else you're going too far, because as I said, you can't stop mid-dash or anything like that. So yeah, as you see, we're going to be running into those a lot. But anyway, yeah, this room is all about figuring out what things you want to touch and what things you don't. Those arrow blocks there are supposed to be like one-way blocks. You can only go in the way that the arrow is pointing. But the trick is obviously that you can go through the other way. Because as I showed earlier, any other way to try and get out, you're killing yourself by running into like a spike wall. As you can see, there's hearts at the top, although it should be noted that all hits in this game are one-hit kill. The hearts are actually more like magic power, or MP. And those are what let you shoot. Because as you see, when you get this blue crystal here and you press up, it completely refills your magic, and then the magic is used as you shoot. Normally you would want to shoot a blue block, the blue square with the circle in it, to switch the blue solid bricks from being either open or closed, but the trick here is that, of course, nothing is what it seems. So you're actually shooting the block that looks like just the normal green block to the left to trigger the switch. Yeah, anyway, you use the magic shot that triggers switches, which if you look at the top left, you can see we have the star selected. Asakura, she also, her clothes change to green when you have that selected, you know, just like the way that Mega Man changes colors. There's also pink, which is just like your normal shot, like a normal Mega Man Buster shot that hits things. And there's also the what's it called? The push shot, which changes their clothes to blue, and that just pushes enemies and objects in different directions. And you'll see me using that in the near future, once we finally get to the top. But as you can see, this video is just a lot of trial and error. The whole game is not just puzzle rooms like this. I mean, there's lots of puzzle solving, but there's also lots of enemies avoiding just massive sheets of bullets coming at you, epic bosses. There's 7 areas in the game. This is the 7th one, as we're like right at the end here. Each area has different music and different graphics, and I mean, overall, any Japanese game I find has just incredible music, and this game is no exception. I love the music. But yeah, as I'm sure you've told by now, it's really like a mix of Mega Man and Metroid and stuff like that. I don't know, but overall it's a really good game. So anyway, you can stand on those spikes. There's the normal shot I said you could use when you're pink. I shoot that green block just to make sure that it's not like a switch in disguise, just like the one before. Because, I mean, this room, there's just so much to figure out, so many things hiding all over the place for you to uncover. And you will see, because, I mean, this room takes 50 minutes for a reason. And, like, I don't use walkthroughs or anything like that, so, this is, like, something I do. And I love games like this. Some people might look at it and they're like, how can you possibly stand trying to figure out the same room for that long? But I love this. I wish every game was like this. I mean, I just really, really enjoy games like this. The repetitiveness of, you have to get it down, you have to learn what to do. I hate games that just lead you to the end. And I mean, there's no difficulty. I mean, you go from start to finish. Maybe you die like twice. But anyway, overall, yeah, I love games like this. And every door acts as a checkpoint. So that's why every time we die, we go back to that door. But yeah, as I said, dashing lets you hover over spikes, which is really good. And here we go. So yeah, the left two don't hurt you, but the right two there do. And I'm trying to figure out what to do there. Because overall, it's just, like I said, trial and error. Trust nothing, doubt everything. It's pretty much the thing about this room. As you see up there, there is a key. Up to the top left, though. It's not on screen anymore. And if you look to the top right, you can see we have 3 keys, 7 coins, and we also have time there. And what's it called? Keys. There's 1 key to find in every room. And keys unlock treasure chests, which have items in them, and there's also 1 treasure chest in every room. Chests can have anything from items that let you do new things, like the dash or new shot abilities. When I paused earlier, you could have seen all of those to the right. There's also coins, and then coins that you find in chests. You save those up, and then you can buy things at shops that you find throughout the game. And you'll like buy abilities and magic point upgrades and things like that. Because yeah, even though magic is represented by hearts, as you can see at the top there, it's not health. I don't know why they chose hearts, but yeah, so I can stand there, but don't jump on that. That is a bounce block, and by the instant you touch that, it shoots you upwards, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. You can dash over them, but I mean, if you're not dashing and you touch it, you're pretty much going up and hitting whatever is above you. Bounce blocks can be useful though, because they will bounce you 1 block higher than your maximum jump height. So anyway, what am I going to do? Yes, you dash to the left. Those spikes are actually a solid wall, so you could dash into them and nothing will happen. Anyway, here, we're going to see the first introduction of... Let me see. Okay, well, not yet. I didn't figure it out. Yeah, it's kind of silly when you go back and look at yourself, like, man, why didn't I try what the actual answer is? I obviously know how to solve this room in my sleep now. Because there's nothing really tricky about it once you know, like, where all the traps are, where all the switches are. But I mean, it's funny to watch now and go back and say, wow, like, how did I not think of that? And that's a massive issue at one point, and you will see that. I mean, it is just incredible how silly I am at one point. So yeah, still trying to jump, even though looking at it, I mean, the answer is obvious. I'm pretty sure I figured it out this time, though. I mean, that is the problem with this video. The reason it's 50 minutes long is because as soon as you get hit, you're doing the whole room all over again, even all the things that you already knew. And it's funny because this kind of looks similar to Mario Lost Levels Speed Challenge Part 3, and that maze part where I had to keep doing everything over again, even though I knew everything, and it was just one part that was kind of confusing me. Come on, Andrew, get it this time. Not yet, really? It's so obvious. I mean, of course, for people watching, it probably won't be, because you don't understand all the mechanics of the game like I do. I mean, Floor 86, I mean, I've gone through so much to get here. I mean, there have just been so many difficult parts, you can't even imagine. I mean, this might look really, really tedious and difficult to some people, but you have no idea what the rest of the game has been like. But, I mean, I love games like this. I mean, I know it's not really the kind of game for everyone, but, I mean, they're just so much fun. I love Japanese games in general. I mean, overall, I love the level of difficulty of them. They always have great music. I mean, I don't know, I think they're just really fun. And, I don't know why, a lot of them usually star girls as their main characters. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I don't know why people always think it has to be a guy. And there's the solution. That is the push shot, and that can push certain types of blocks. So the solution to that was to push those blocks. And as you saw, there was a green block there disguised as a bounce block, which kind of shot me into the ceiling. So yeah, lots of trial and error here. Always getting the magic crystal to refill our magic points. Time really isn't an issue for this floor. It is for a lot of floors. I mean, I don't pause too much. But if you look at my items on the side, when I do pause, I have an hourglass item, so that actually gives me a bit of extra time on every single floor, so that's always good to have, although I don't really think it matters too much on this floor anyway, because there's nothing too time-consuming about this floor. I mean, usually you die, and then you get all your time back anyway. So anyway, let's see, what do I figure out this time? Let's see, what am I going to do? Yeah, the music looping kind of sucks. I mean, it doesn't really loop, it just kind of like fades out and then comes back again, but overall, the music's great, so it doesn't really matter too much. So yeah, those are all push blocks. Almost. That is the right idea, to slide pretty much all the way across the top. But there's a piece missing that I don't know if I figure it out the next time or if it takes me a few more times. But yeah, anyway, we're about 11, almost 12 minutes in. Actually, that's not true. We're about 10 minutes in. And yeah, so yeah, unfortunately, a lot of things do start to get repeated, but as I said, I really wanted to use this for a random game of the day. Like, I had tried many times, like, this is like the very end. I had tried, area, I don't know, I think it was 4. It was the first time I ever tried, and that area just had awesome music. And overall, the idea was really awesome. I mean, it was just a massive maze. I mean, the whole game's a massive maze, with just doors and doors in every floor that lead you all over the place. Luckily, when I paused, if you look at the map, it tells you at the bottom which doors and which rooms lead you where. Let's see, I'm thinking. I need to stop and think a lot of times. Did I figure it out? Maybe. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those times where you have to stop and think. I mean, I want to keep things as interesting as possible, but it's never... Sorry, had a bit of technical difficulties there. Everything just decided to freeze for some reason. Anyway, I was talking about the shots, and as you saw, I just got the key there. That was the solution to getting the key. Luckily, even if you die, you don't lose items and stuff that you collected in levels, so, I'm completely free to do whatever I want now, and I never have to get that key again. But I was talking about the shot. So yeah, push shot uses 2 magic powers. It's kind of the lamest. It doesn't kill anything. It's just mostly useful for pushing things around. I mean, it does push enemies around too. Yeah, the magic shot uses 4 MP. As you saw, it activates switches. It also turns enemies into blocks that you can stand on impact, which is really useful. And there's actually an item that comes later. That door that you see to the top left there leads to room 87, and that room leads to room 88. And in that room, you get an item that, when the magic shot hits the wall, it turns into a block that you can stand on, even if it doesn't hit an enemy or anything. So, I mean, that's a massively useful item. And the blaze shot, which is just your normal attacking shot, that kind of explodes on impact if you have a certain item. And it kills enemies and stuff like that. That uses 3 MP. And yeah, I think you start the game off with like either 10 or 15 MP. But you get upgrades along the way. And as you see, I have 36. I'm guessing it probably goes to 40, based on how much extra room there is there for it to expand still. Thinking about what to do. Let's see if I get it this time. And that is pretty much the solution right there. Just don't go flying off the edge and land on that block. So let's see. The part where I get stuck for like 25 minutes is coming up. I'll warn you when we get there, so you can just feel free to skip ahead if you want, if you haven't skipped ahead already. So, I mean, a lot of this really is just repetitive. It's like, wow, look, I'm doing the same thing again. Getting the magic, going over that, hitting that block, jumping up the stairs. And it's funny because, I mean, sometimes I make mistakes about things that, I mean, I know. Like, I know where spikes are hidden on the floor, but sometimes I'll make mistakes anyway. I mean, that's just the thing about doing this so many times. Eventually your brain just, like, gives out and you make dumb mistakes. Anyway, this is the part that gave me a lot of trouble. And it shouldn't have, because it's not that hard. But look, I knew this was coming from a mile away. You think that pink block's gonna make think that pink switch is gonna make the pink blocks disappear? Not a chance. I saw that coming from so far away. Yeah, normally hitting the pink switch would make the pink blocks either appear or disappear, but obviously it was a trick and the green ones gave out instead. So what do you do? And this is where I get stuck. And it's pretty silly because it's actually quite simple. So yeah, I try a whole ton of crazy things here and none of them work. So, you could probably skip ahead like 20 minutes and I'll still be in this exact same spot, doing the exact same thing. So yeah, you could probably skip ahead to like 35 minutes and nothing will be any different. But if you don't feel like skipping, I guess I'll be here to ramble on about useless things, like how I just kind of accidentally jumped into the ceiling there. I get a few crazy ideas about what I think the answer to this puzzle is. I mean, watch when I get back there again. You'll see a few things that I try. But it's funny what the answer actually is. You didn't need a drink there. Lots of talking, and I mean, how much more talking do I have to go? I mean, I'm sure I won't be talking like straight, but guess I'll probably take a break here and there. It's like, don't know how much I can take. Let's see here. So yeah, jumping to there. And overall, I love this game. What's it called? There was a room, what number was it? I believe it's room 80. I would have loved to have recorded that room. Yeah, that's a trick right there. There's a bounce block hidden there that just shot me to the ceiling. And I moved to the right and get accidentally too close to it because, I mean, I don't want to start my dash too close to the edge or else I'll just go dashing right off the edge. I want to kind of move to the right, so that way I'm starting to slow down just as I go off the edge, and it makes it 10 times easier to land on that block that's sticking out. This will all become completely obsolete later when I make a new discovery, but yeah, I make that mistake like 40 times. It's really ridiculous. But yeah, it's room 80, where you have to do this massive thing, where you have to take an enemy, you have to like kind of push them to the bottom of the floor. So I mean, you have to go down like 4 layers of platforms, and I mean, I can't even explain it. This floor is just incredibly like bizarre. You have to push it all the way to the bottom, then you have to shoot a magic shot at it at the perfect time to make it turn into a block that you can jump on to get a treasure chest. And then you see there, I just realized that even the green blocks are actually switches too. So I start to think, one of these must be the right one to remove the pink wall, but we'll see how that works out. But yeah, anyway, that floor was just completely bizarre, and I would have loved to have got that on video, because all the while you're doing that, you're dodging just an onslaught of bullets. I mean, there's just so many floors in this game I love so much. I would have loved to have gone and shown some of the other floors with their graphics and themes and music. But, I mean, you can teleport to certain floors. Treasure chests, one of the things they can hold are flags, and if you find the flag, on whatever floor you find it on, it will let you teleport to that floor anytime by just opening the pause menu and selecting that floor. The only problem is that wherever you teleport from, you're eventually going to have to work your way back to that later. And I didn't really feel like working my way back all the way to floor 86, considering my last flag was in like floor 76. So yeah, that's why I didn't really teleport away to show you what any of the other places looked like. I mean, I would have liked to have done that. But yeah, overall, this floor ended up taking a lot longer than I had expected it to. But I mean, I like floors that take a long time like this. I mean, it means that it's a good challenge. So as I said, I can't stand games today that just don't have a challenge to them, and you just kind of play them, and then like it's just kind of like, okay, next, next, next. I like figuring out things like this. I like the platforming challenge. I mean, all these things combined are great. And I don't know why I keep making that mistake. The easiest thing to do there would be to just slide. What do I even think of doing at this point? I mean, I get the magic. Oh, that's right. I'm working my way back because there's those 2 blocks. There's that block that's to the left of the spikes. Yeah, and I think that maybe if you shoot it, there's like maybe the switch is hidden in there, because there's lots of times in this game where you have to use the blaze shot to shoot walls and other things, and they'll reveal secrets and switches and things like that. And you'll actually see that later on, as we are far from done here at almost the 20-minute mark. Because yeah, this goes on for quite a while. I mean, and after I get that, like, don't think that after I figure out that puzzle, because the door right there, that doesn't mean it's the end of the video. Yeah, things will start to happen again in probably like 20 minutes, but overall, it's just ridiculous how long this part takes me, considering how simple it really is. Can anyone else figure it out before I can? Ooh. I mean, it's always easier to figure things out, too, while you're watching. I mean, I don't know how many Let's Plays and things I've watched where people can't figure things out. I'm like, man, it's so obvious, but then when I started making videos for myself, I realized how hard it is to think while you're doing commentary and trying to play the game and stuff at the same time. I mean, that's another reason why I'm doing post-commentary for this, because, I mean, there's no way I would have been able to talk and just do a whole ton of things at the same time. I paused there. I believe I was checking the camera to make sure it was still recording. I made a dumb mistake, I didn't check how much space my memory card had before I started recording this video. So I got very paranoid about the fact that I would only have like 20 minutes of memory left, and I would basically be playing, and then I'd realize after that all of it would have been for nothing, and that would have really sucked. But luckily that does not happen. Anyway, so yeah, I'm still trying to figure out this puzzle, and yeah, I'm trying out all those blocks to see if any of them are the one that I need to hit. You just got another glimpse of the pause menu there. You get to see a whole bunch of the different items that you collect to the right. I love games like this where there's a whole bunch of different really neat items to find. I mean, high jump, one of them. The like blaze shot explosion, the true eye that lets you see blocks that weren't there before. So many different cool things, and they just all come together to make this a really fun platforming and exploration as well. I mean, I love exploring in my video games. Like, I'm not a really big fan of linear video games. I mean, in the days of like NES, fine. I mean, I'll give it to you. I mean, a lot of games back in those days were linear, but these days I can't stand linear games, really. I love exploring, finding items that don't need to be found, traveling across the world, and just uncovering secrets that are not essential to the game, and then being able to say, yes, I found that, and it is so cool, and the game didn't like lead me right to it. I mean, I just love things like that. Let me see. Is Audacity still working? Luckily it is. Hope it doesn't freeze again. I mean, that's pretty bad when my computer can't even handle freaking Windows Media Player and Audacity at the same time. See, is this where I realize it? No, it's not. That part is really dumb, where I keep walking to the right and bouncing into the ceiling. I mean, it's really, really silly, and you'll realize why in the near future. I mean, it's too bad that the quality for this video didn't turn out too well. I mean, if you look at the bottom right there, you can't see it, but it's supposed to say what floor you're on. I mean, I know that the screen's kind of on an angle, which is too bad. I guess my floor is just uneven or something like that. If you look at the bottom left, it shows that we collected the key on this floor. I'm sure everyone already knows that by now. And things like the treasure chest will appear down there as well once we get it. And the key switch, which I will explain when we see that at some point in the future. Anyway, what will I do this time? Something unsuccessful, I suppose. Yep, that didn't work. Yeah, this goes on for too long. I love the music, though. It's funny because one part of the music always reminds me of a Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. The first one, cross-examination music. I'll point it out next time it comes around. Yes, I'm jumping there because I noticed something in the ceiling. I noticed that there's kind of like a block in the ceiling up there. And then I shoot that block there because, just in case it was a switch. But yeah, eventually we do end up going even higher in this level, past the door, and you'll see what happens there. That's actually a pretty good part of the level, I like that. But overall, I really like this floor. And there's so many other good floors too. I mean, I chose to do a floor that revolves around the puzzle, but like I said, there are so many other floors that revolve on pinpoint platforming, dodging enemies, taking down bosses. There's so many epic things in this game, and there actually is a video. Because, I mean, this is a Japanese game, and you can only buy it off a Japanese website, but there's a video telling you how to do that. Yeah, telling you, explaining like, the process of how to navigate the website and buying it, if you're interested. I mean, the game is normally only in Japanese, but people, some awesome people out there have provided the translation patch, like, as you notice, the sign that I read, and also other things like on the pause menu and stuff, they've been translated to English, so there's a patch you can use, and then basically you can read everything in the game. That's very good, because there are some signs that you will definitely want to read if you plan on figuring out certain puzzles. Yeah. But yeah, as you can see, spikes up there. Because like I said, we will be going up there eventually. Coins. I had saved up like 40 coins. Although, not too long before I recorded this video, I actually went and spent a whole ton of them buying some very useless items that I thought, useless, no, sorry, I meant useful. Items that I thought would be very helpful during the last sort of area of the game, and they were. Since recording this video, I actually have found room number 100, which is the, what I'm guessing is the final boss. Although I haven't, I tried fighting it once, although then I kind of went back out to explore, is I haven't found every room or all of the items yet, so I'm definitely going to do that before, what's it called, before I take on the final boss. I've probably been playing this game for about 2 weeks now, and this is just an awesome game. I mean, this is definitely one of the greatest games I've ever played. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people probably won't like it near as much as I do, but I mean, I just absolutely love games like this. Like I've said already a ton of times, and I mean, this is like game of the year for me. I don't care what comes out. I don't care if Mega Man Legends 3 comes out this year. This is like one of the greatest games I have ever played in my life. It's just so amazing. Let's see here. Yeah, dash there. What am I going to do this time? Something that doesn't work, probably. And then I'm out of magic because one is not enough to shoot a magic shot. So guess it's suicide time. And then jumping on those spikes again. I'm checking the camera right now to make sure it's still recording. I'm using a PlayStation 2 controller to play this game. Normally, I mean, the game doesn't really have any built-in like controller setup kind of thing. But using an awesome program called Joy 2 Key, so that's Joy, then the number 2, and Key, you can assign buttons on your controller to keys on your keyboard. And then, so that's what I'm using. It allows me to use my PlayStation 2 controller, because I have an awesome adapter that allows me to plug a PlayStation 2 controller into my computer through a USB port. And it cost me like $3 on eBay. I mean, it's a great deal, and it's super useful. I mean, it's so great to be able to use a controller like that, the PS2 controller for some games on the computer. So anyway, let's see here. One shot, make it count. I'm just thinking about what to do, I guess. What will I do? Nope, that wasn't it. It's pretty random to just try that, but I mean, I've tried so many other things. I mean, the problem was I couldn't remember which blocks, like the switch ones at the bottom there. I couldn't remember which ones I had already tried to shoot. So it kind of confused me. Anyway, what am I trying here? Trust nothing, doubt everything. It's kind of looking at it, see if there's like some sort of hidden message there. But there's not. It's pretty much what it means. I start to think, I don't know if this is the point, where if you look left to the door that we start at, there's kind of like a gap that leads up to the door. I start to get this idea where maybe after you hit the switch, it makes blocks appear that will let you jump up there. I don't know if this is the point when I think of that or not, but anyway, you'll see that at some point. And that's kind of what consumes so much time. Let's see, is this where I think of that? Yes, it is. So yeah, now, accidentally falling in the spikes. But yeah, working our way back is, yeah, as you can see, I want to get up there. I think that maybe after you hit the switch, blocks will appear there, because normally they need an outline to appear. But I mean, this level, this floor is just so crazy that maybe something will happen there. I mean, that is just the kind of thought process you have to have when playing this game. I mean, there are so many secrets that people would just, like, if you saw me find them, you would be like, man, he's using a walkthrough. There's no way he would know that they were there. But just all my years of playing video games, I mean, I've found so many bizarre secrets that, I mean, I've seen it all. I mean, nothing really surprises me anymore when, like, there's a really well-hidden secret. I mean, I'm like, it's just, I don't, like, need walkthroughs to find things like that, really. Anyway, you'll see eventually what the solution is. I'm not going to say if this is the solution or not. Nope. Yeah, like I said, I really wanted to record it off of the computer, like off the screen, with like an actual screen recorder, but it just wasn't working. So I kind of filmed it. I mean, I'm not really happy with the quality as it turned out, but I mean, it works, I guess. I just really wanted to upload a video of this game. Yeah, this would probably be like the worst quality, one of the worst quality videos I make. what's it called? I mean, like, even worse than the NES games. I don't know why NES games have to be so blurry when I record them. I mean, it's just really dumb, but oh well. I mean, maybe it's kind of stretched or something, but I don't know. Oh well. Just kind of shooting walls to see if there's any secrets in them. You might laugh and think like, why would there ever be a secret in that wall? But you'd be amazed at how many times you just randomly shoot somewhere and you find the secret. And there's me just switching items there. And there's me trying to work my way back to test that theory. To be completely honest, I don't know why I didn't just slide all of the way to the right, considering that there wasn't really any danger, like if I went off the edge. I'm not quite sure about my logic there, but I mean, look, I've been playing for about half an hour, so I mean, my brain was pretty fried at this point. You cannot play this game for too long in one sitting. I mean, you need to take a break every now and then. Especially when you're doing really taxing rooms like this. And as you just saw there, I came to the realization that you do not need to dash at that first part. You can just kind of run right across it, which is really useful. So all those times I kind of went too far to the right and bounced into the ceiling were for absolutely nothing. Now what do I do here? Yeah, so kind of, but not really what I wanted to do there. Falling into the spikes was not good. I love the music. I find myself singing along sometimes. Anyway, let's see here. Going up, and then across, and then up there, and then shoot the thing, and then jump across, and then shoot that thing, and then we're going to do the dash across, and then we're going to land on that thing. We can just walk across that now. And, you know, you shoot that thing, and then you dash across this thing, and then you accidentally hit the ceiling, so you don't even get the dash. I'm just saying random stuff now. Thanks to everyone who has watched this far. I mean, if you, no problem if you skipped ahead. I mean, it does get pretty interesting near the end. The puzzle at the very end of the video is actually pretty cool. I just somehow got water all over my keyboard. Trying to take a drink. Let's see here. So yeah, so this is the part where, I mean, not too much happens. I mean, if I just figured out this puzzle sooner, this video probably could have been like half the length. It's funny because that is exactly the same as the Lost Levels video, where that was that one part that added like an extra 20 minutes onto the video. So anyway, there, falling correctly there. Dash across there. Working our way back. Oh, so close. I know, then just because that one mistake right there, you have to do the whole thing again. Has anyone else figured it out yet? It'd be interesting to see what other people think maybe you're supposed to do while you're watching this. Because, I mean, of course, I had my ideas. But just based on what you've seen, I mean, based on what you've seen me do so far in this video, you could figure out what to do. I mean, you're not supposed to use some sort of item I haven't shown or anything like that. I mean, just by watching what I've done so far, and the things the weapons and stuff I've used, you could figure out what you're supposed to do. So it'd be interesting to see if anyone else has any ideas, like, oh, why isn't he trying to do that? Or maybe that's the answer. I mean, it would just be interesting to see what other people's thought processes are, because yeah, basically watching me play this, you get the whole experience of me going through all my different thoughts of like, maybe this is the solution to this puzzle and things like that. Overall, when video games have really good music though, I mean, it doesn't bother me to have to do the same thing over and over again. I mean, I can listen to this music all day. It's when games have really boring music that I don't really enjoy playing the same area over and over again. I find Japanese games, like I said, have incredible music. I find games like American games, like games that are made in American studios, things like that, don't tend to have the best music. I mean, sometimes they don't even really have that much music at all. I mean, I know first-person shooter games, they don't really have that much music. I mean, they kind of have like silence and just sound effects and stuff to kind of set the mood. But I mean, I'm not really a big fan of that. I love to have music while I'm playing my video games. I mean, look at GoldenEye 007 for the N64. All of the levels in that game had music, and it was an incredible game. I mean, they all kind of set the mood really well too. I mean, you don't need to have that silence, but I mean, all the games kind of set like in war place settings these days. I mean, I guess people kind of want the full experience. And there was me forgetting to fill up on magic, because yeah, brain dead after 35 minutes. And yeah, speaking of 35 minutes, welcome back to all those people who I said to skip to the 35-minute mark. I have not yet figured out this puzzle, so feel free to skip ahead another 5 if you want. I don't remember how long it takes me. Kind of just thinking, where do I want to jump? Hopefully I get it this time. Let's see. Although get it is kind of an interesting term to use. Because look, that was not the answer to the puzzle, so it looks like it's back to square one. I'm kind of just like spazzing out. Yeah, that was not the answer, so what am I supposed to do? I don't remember how long after this it takes me to get it. I think I'm almost there. I'm pretty sure it's only a few tries after this that I figure it out. Let's see. Starting to run out of time though. Although I'm sure I'll die at some point in the near future anyway, so running out of time won't really matter. Oh yeah, there I get the idea that maybe you have to hit the blue block, then that will help. But I, for some reason, jumped there instead of slide. So, yeah, that kind of messes things up. And then I jump on those spikes that I know have been there since the very beginning. Messing up at the very beginning just proves how dead I am. That's so dumb when I make simple mistakes like that I know I shouldn't be making. Yeah, as you can see, 4 keys, so that means that I found keys in 4 rooms that I didn't find chests in. Well, I mean, I guess I found the key in this room, so that's an exception. But I mean, considering there are power-ups and stuff in this game, that, I mean, you get it at different points. I mean, there's some secrets. I mean, I usually don't leave rooms until I found every single thing in it. Like, I found the key and the treasure chest and all of the different doors and stuff in it. But, I mean, there's some times where there's just, I think that maybe there's an item I need that I don't have yet. So I leave the room and then I plan to go back later. The interesting thing is that the item that you get in room 88 that creates the blocks when you shoot the magic shot against the wall, that actually is an item that I needed in a decent number of rooms to get the treasure chest. So, yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to go back and figure those ones out at some point, because I haven't done that yet. I hope Audacity's still recording. Looks like it is. Good. Okay, I have to figure it out at some point. Maybe this is it. Let's see. Nope. Not yet. Getting close though. It has to be soon. I mean, I would have loved to have chosen like a more interesting part of the game where like I go through multiple rooms, but I mean, just so late in the game, I mean, it's all difficult. I mean, there's not really a spot where it's like I'm going to make it through a whole ton of rooms. I mean, it all comes down to repetitive, multiple attempts and trial and error at this point in the game. That's just how these games are. But like I said, I still love every second of it. Making that dumb mistake again. Still hitting that spike. Told you that would be a big pain for us. And falling in those ones, which I really shouldn't be doing. Maybe I'll get it this time? Hopefully. Hope it doesn't take too much longer. Let's see here. I mean, I still have a bit to do. So, I mean, there's like 10 minutes left in the video. Let's see here. Aha! Look at that! You didn't push them all along. I just... There's the solution. There's no pink switch after all. It throws you off so much. And you can see me kind of victory celebration on the side there. I'm just like, yes, please. And then I check to make sure it's recording, because if that had not been recording, I just would have, like, cried. So anyway, room 87. I lied. The whole video doesn't take place in room 86, but you'll see. The gimmick with this room is... You'll see. There's me kind of, like, spazzing out around the levels, the thing. Yeah, as you can see, the yellow levels are the ones that you can teleport to at any time. There's one flag per row of levels. So anyway, now saving, as you can see at the bottom, making sure it saves. What's the gimmick here? Watch and learn. You can hear me sighing in the background. Yes! The gimmick here is that there are invisible floors, and invisible floors are always in between two of the breaking blocks. So basically, if there's not a floor to the right of a block, you should know that there's a floor to the left of it. So basically, the whole point of this level is trying to navigate your way to as far right as possible. Although, the invisible block, that block to the left of the door, if you jump to that, the key is actually up there. You can kind of go up you can jump up a bit. But I don't really play too much of this room in this video. As you'll see, I realized that we still have a treasure chest to find in room 86. So let's get going. Here we go. Bounce blocks all over the place. But as I said, you can dash over them. The bounce blocks will instantly shoot you into the spikes on the ceiling though, which is why I have to dash over them. The trick here is that a few of the bounce blocks don't actually act as bounce blocks, so you have to stop on those and then jump over those spikes. Overall, this part isn't too tricky, but you'll see anyway. Nope. But yeah, what a relief it was to get that done with. Can't believe I never thought to try the push shot on the pink blocks earlier. Nope. I keep going too far because, like I said, if you're just holding the dash button, you can't stop on a dime, so you really have no control on where you're stopping on these blocks. And you can't jump mid-dash or anything like that. But anyway, there we go. Magic crystal. And we have a puzzle here, trying to get through this. So basically, the kind of idea is to turn off all of the blocks so that you can get through. And as you see, there's multicolored switches, and when you hit the multicolored ones, it acts as hitting like both of the colors at the same time. Anyway, yeah, so let's see, trying to figure this out. Although it's interesting what the real solution to that puzzle is. Remember what I said when puzzles seem difficult, just start shooting everywhere? Yes, there was a secret in the left there, going through the spikes, but let's see. Keep falling through the floor there, so maybe I'll finally jump at the right time. There we go, making it through. And there is a key switch, and key switches, when you get them, they alter something in the room. So like, they cause a platform to appear, or they cause a wall to disappear. So basically, they allow you to do something that you couldn't do before in the room. And you'll see what happens when I get that. I will point out what change exactly is made. It's not crucial that you get that key switch, although it definitely is helpful if you ever plan on coming back to this room later, and you will see why. So let's see, what is the solution to this problem? As you saw, I walked all the way to the left, and there was spikes inside the wall. So the real solution, as you will see right here, is kind of slowly inching our way forward. Don't really want to go into the spikes, seeing if there's a ceiling that we can jump through. But obviously there's nothing there, so what is the solution? We'll get more magic, although it's not really something we needed to do here. As you can see, you can kind of jump up there, because the real solution to this problem is to go and do that. So there we go. And that is the key switch. And next time we die, I will show you what that did. And also you can see in the bottom left there, it shows that we found the key switch. Not every room has one, but it does note when you get them. And look at that! I found the solution to this problem right then too. You just jump through the ceiling. Don't even deal with the switches. Just skip all of it. Anyway, look to the bottom left right now. You can see that there's a platform down there now. That is because we can now jump up right to that door from the beginning of the room without having to go through the whole puzzle again. So basically, it's just a time-saving thing. But yeah, don't even waste your time with those switches. The real solution there is to just jump through the ceiling. And that is why I love this game. There are just so many awesome puzzles like that. It is just incredible, and I love it so much. It's just great. Anyway, going up here again. Now, it doesn't take me too long to figure out this part, as we only have about 5 minutes of video left. I can't believe I've actually been commentating this whole thing. Almost out of breath, and my water bottle is completely empty. So it's good that we're almost done here. This is going to take forever to upload, but oh well. So anyway, I'm trying to figure out where you can jump through the wall. Let's see here. Just kind of seeing what's going on up there. Nothing really. So yeah, you can go through those walls. So let's see how that goes. Overall, there's not too much to figure out at this part. This part is a lot less tricky than the rest of the level. I mean, oh man, this part is easy in comparison to the first part. Although, I mean, there wasn't really anything too bad about the first part. It was just silly mistakes all over the place. And I really should have realized about those pink blocks first. And that is a solid wall that you cannot go through. Or is it? Stay tuned for more at 11. Oh, and as you see, you can go up higher. Maybe that is part of the solution. So as you remember, the fourth wall appeared to be solid. So what do you do with something solid? You blow it up, obviously. And there's another solid wall. And that is just so mean. You're like, I'm about to get the treasure chest. Nope. And then there's spikes there. That was just so mean. But that's not even the worst trick in this game like that. There are so many spots in this game where you think you're about to get something, and then they put a wall in your way, or they put spikes in your way, or they put a floor that breaks through in your way. It is just so funny. Now, anyway, this is Asakura P. As I said, I'll probably put the link in the description if you're interested in buying it to try it out. It comes to about $15. I think it's worth every penny, but I know it's not everyone's kind of game. But yeah. Anyway, as I'm sure everyone's noticed by now, there's kind of that block there on that weird block in the spikes. That obviously means something. And I mean, I noticed that long ago, but I tried a whole bunch of other things before I tried that for some reason. Anyway, let's see. Nope. Forgot to shoot first. Almost there. But yeah, this probably is one of the more difficult rooms in the game. I think it was room 74 that was really cheap. Because you have to make some really precise jumps. And it wasn't really fun. I mean, it was just tedious. But I mean, I found this room to be a ton of fun. I love solving puzzles like this at the same time as doing like a whole platforming challenge. I just love it. Nope. I just wanted to make sure that there was no kind of hole that you could create farther down past where the spikes appeared. I'm pretty sure this is where the final revelation comes in and I actually try and figure out the real solution. That is just the sound of me moving around in my really noisy chair. This is done in my bedroom and not in the basement for once. Yeah, like I said, the way I recorded it kind of wrecks the great way that Asakura P looks. So check out some actual pictures and stuff of it. So that Asakura, she doesn't look like a massive blur and stuff. And yeah, anyway. But overall, the game does look very nice when it's not butchered like this. Nope, so close. Come on, Andrew, what's wrong with you? Why did I not try landing on that block, the weird block, sooner? I'm sure I'll try it this time. Yeah, that's so sneaky, though. Not many people would probably figure out to just skip the puzzle and go through the ceiling. And look at that! There we go! Treasure acquired. Although it's a coin, so it's not that great. But yeah, victory party! You can hear me like, yes! Thumbs up. Yeah, I was just so happy. And that is the end. That is all of room 86. 50 minutes spent pretty much on one room. Thank you very much for watching. The video cuts off any second now. I really hope you enjoyed. Check it out if you're interested. If you didn't enjoy the video, I'm sorry. Something new will be out soon anyway, so check that out. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed and hope to see you next time. So thanks, and see you then.